Corcoran is one of the roughest prisons around. It's like right up there with Pelican Bay and all that. Corcoran is gladiator school. Corcoran is no joke. It's very political, and I've talked about this in past documentaries, but Corcoran's off the hook. It's just, I saw some horrifying things there that really conjure up some of the deepest thoughts about humanity and how is it that another human can treat another human like that. The riots in there are full scale. Just, I mean, like a battle scene you'll see in Braveheart, or just, you'd be on the yard and everybody's just talking, doing their thing, and whatever. And the next minute, you got an army of people running towards another army of people, and everybody's pulling these shanks, these knives, and these razor blades and everything else that they can hurt people with. So it's always over the drugs. It's always, the Mexicans from the north, the Sureños, they battle over the Paisas, the Mexicans from down south, on who's going to control the heroin in there. And it's either that or it's always something stupid and political, because when a group of people protect you and they answer as a whole consciousness, if one person does something stupid to another person, and if they can't settle it through, the shot callers talking it over, now you got all these other people dragged into this thing over a stupid incident, and it's ridiculous, because it's all based on pride and ego, and you can't treat me like this, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So it's just, the sad part about it is you see these guys that have 2-3 months to go, the rest of their sentence. They've already been down 5-6 years, whatever. They got families waiting for them, and they get caught up in this melee where over something stupid that they didn't have anything to do with, but yet they have to go to war with these people, or else their own people will beat them down. They get caught up in this mix. Now they get 2-3 years added to their sentence, and they could have been home in a couple of months. So that whole sentencing thing, it's very precarious. It's just because you get sentenced 5 years, it doesn't mean you're going to do 5 years. There's people I've known that have had a 3-year sentence and ended up with life because they were in prison over killing someone in prison. So go figure. I mean, ideally, it was supposed to be a place of rehabilitation and, a deterrent to whatever crimes you're committing. But the crimes that go on in there are worse than the ones going on out here. So to try and walk a gentler path in there is, for some other ethnicities, it's much harder. For our car, which is a group of people, we're the minority. So the Indians are in there, and we just got a little car, and we're pretty well respected in there. We know the key word in there is respect, and we don't mess with anything. We keep to our own, and we don't get caught up in all that selling drugs or getting drugs fronted or trying to get stupid and be disrespectful. So if somebody within, because within that Indian car, you got all the tough guys who talk about, yeah, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and it's all just glorifying the self, and you hear that mentality, and I was that guy talking that at one time. And prison has a way of, making you think twice about things, because I don't care how tough a guy is, you start missing things, and you start understanding that you're being treated like a kindergartner. You're being treated like a child. You're told when to eat, when to sleep, when to shower, when to watch TV, what you can do, where you can do it, and how to do it. That's it has a feeling on it. It makes, there's a saying in there, is that you're going to mind somebody, because on the streets we did what we wanted. We didn't have to mind nobody, but when you get in there, you can't go up against those COs. They come down on you like a ton of bricks, and they will beat it into you to make you do what they want you to do, and you'll end up doing it. So if you start walking a different path in prison, I mean, you see that within some of these groups, and they have like Bible study or whatever, and their own people make fun of them, saying, oh, yeah, you weren't reading no Bible when you was out there gangbanging. The shot callers respect them. They say, you know what, hey, that's your thing. You don't want to gangbang no more. Go ahead and read your Bible, but don't come to us when you want to, step into both worlds, act like a tough guy and read the Bible at the same time. So if they get it caught up in anything, they they're like almost like rejects. They're left on their own without defense. So they really embrace that Bible and those AA meetings or whatever it is they go to, and they try and turn their lives around. And for the most part, if you get in a good enough sized group, they'll respect you and leave you alone. They won't drag you into the mix. But so with the Indians, they talk about the red road. Either you're going to get on the red road and you're going to get on, or you're on the black road, which is a path of darkness. And when we get into the sweat lodge, we basically have like recovery sweats, and we try and talk about, what the ancestors' teachings were, and getting back on that path, and living in harmony with nature and ourselves and things around us. And it can be done, and that is, to me, that 4 years was the ultimate blessing in my life today, because I had that time. The Creator sat me on my ass to have a very rude awakening and understand that that's not what life is all about, what I was doing. And I went on to do some things that I can only give the credit to the Creator and some other people that I look up to as the example. And I'm just doing a good imitation of them, trying to, instead of rob others to help myself, now I rob myself to help others. I mean, it sounds corny or cliche, but that's where the solution is. It's about being of service and about thinking of others. And that time helped me to mentally prepare, spiritually prepare for the path that I'm on today.